Hey Gemini, welcome to Natural Mystic Messages. This will be your weekly reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and of course Venus, because we love to love here at Natural Mystic Messages. Now, this is the last week of the month I have fondly coined my thirsty month, where I unashamedly ask you to like the video and subscribe because I'm trying to grow and I'd love you to grow with me. Let's become a family, a spiritual family. So I'm being a little thirsty. I'm asking outright. Now, while I shuffle the romance angels, I am going to quickly explain, although every tarot reader does, that this energy is fluid. Put the story where it goes. If it does not apply, let it fly and enjoy the reading. So first off, we have the honeymoon period in reverse. So the right way up, it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, or I like to think of the honeymoon period like the start of the relationship where everything's really lovely before life takes over. But it came up in reverse, which tells me that the honeymoon period has ended. Whether you're separated or together, it's over. Next up, we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Pretty self-explanatory. And reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. Sounds a bit confusing. We have the past, we have the future, and then we have like a loss of love, a loss of excitement, a loss of spark. Now, I sat down to do this reading. I very much knew I was reading for Gemini, and for some reason did 12 minutes of a Scorpio reading, which was off the hook, by the way. It was so good. But I've already done Scorpio. So maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio, or a Scorpio will be appearing in your life. Because there was heavy Scorpio energy. Okay, now we're tapping into the Light Seers Tarot, and I'm going to let the cards do the talking. So far we have the Hierophant. This is commitment energy. This is someone sort of adhering to the traditions of what a relationship would be. Then we have the Six of Cups, which is even, I was going to say even give and take. It's actually not. It's very much past energy. It can be past life energy if I think about relationships, and considering we also have the card of reconciliation, there is definitely some past energy going on here, and you may have had past lives with this person. Okay, then we have the Knight of Swords, which is very fast-moving energy. It is not there 1 second and appearing the next. Then we have the Queen of Wands, which is, she is, and use this interchangeably, male or female, very passionate, very, they live in their depth. Almost. So this person might be very emotional, very able to tap into the parts of them that other people can't always tap into. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. This is very slow moving energy. It's also communication, but slow moving communication. So you may have been waiting on this for a while. But it comes with it's come right next to the Ace of Pentacles. So while it might be slow moving and has taken a while to come in, it comes with a grounded offer of substance. So interesting. Let's see what else comes out. Okay, so we have the Fool. This is jumping into something that sometimes to other people may not seem like the wisest decision, or it might be something you haven't thought through, or something you've thought through and know it's still crazy to jump, but you're going to do it anyway. It's a new beginning, but it's not a guaranteed beginning, which is always very worrying for especially situations of the heart. You know, we never have any guarantees, but if we specifically feel like this situation could get a little ouchy and a little hurty, it's hard to make that leap. Then we have the Page of Swords, which is communication, but it's truthful communication. The Ace of Cups, new love, or the beginning of new love. And it's coming off the back of Five of Pentacles. So this situation may have been, it may have left you or the other person very hurt and very broken and feeling confused and lost and left out in the cold. Now, usually this, in the Five of Pentacles for me in other decks, it's a couple that despite all the trials and tribulations life has brought them, they stick together and they move through it together. But in this deck, it really is a person on their own, and they're sort of sitting behind this massive closed door that I don't think they'd even be able to get open if they tried. So this separation may have been something that you had no, like it wasn't mutual for you or the other person. This was definitely a one-sided person making this decision. However, and what gives me a little bit of hope with this situation is there's a massive key. If I can make this, sorry, my recording technical stuff is very archaic, but I will get better recording stuff in the future. But look, this key here, that is the key to moving forward, and it is within your reach, even though it is big and overwhelming, and it's probably the same size as this woman sitting here, so it may feel a little beyond your grasp. It is there. And then the next card that fell out before we start getting clarifiers is the Nine of Pentacles. This woman has everything she needs that she can build herself. So her career's great, her finances are great, she's content, she's got everything she needs. She's going out into her garden to check how it's been growing because she planted it all herself. But the one thing she's missing is love. And that essentially, every time I pull the Nine of Pentacles, that's the energy I get from it. Like I can only go so far on my own. I want someone to share this with. Okay, now we're going to start clarifying, and I will be using the memory, the Modern Spellcasters deck. Okay, we have the Four of Swords. I feel like you've been reflecting over all your past love lives. I feel like it's like the ghost of partners past. I feel like they're either popping out of the woodwork or they're coming to mind. The energy of your past is creeping up lately, and you're having time to reflect on all the things that worked and didn't work in your past, and almost building in your mind your idea of what the perfect relationship would be. Okay. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles has come out again. It's pretty evident. When it comes out twice, especially from two, well, it obviously has to be from two different decks, that tells me that energy is big energy for you. This, I'm working my butt off, but I want someone to share this with. That, along with the Magician. Ace of Cups. Okay, so what we've got here is the Magician. There is somebody out there who is, I'm guessing unintentionally, drawing your energy off them. To them. To them would be the correct word. A lot of people don't understand the way energy works, in the sense of if somebody is on your mind, if somebody's on your mind, it's usually because their energy is somewhere near you or being drawn off from a person. Where our attention flows, our energy goes. So if they're on your mind or you're on their mind, it's going to have that sort of reciprocated energy going back and forth. It's just the way that energy works. With this Magician, I feel like, and if you've noticed recently that these exes are on your mind, or this person, whoever this reconciliation person is, if they've been on your mind, that it would be likely that you're coming up in their world. And it's creating this sort of back and forth. It's creating its own sort of entity. And that happens when we form a relationship. We're one person, they're one person, but together we create this other person. That's being reawoken at the moment for you. This entity that is us, of you and your person, has been reawoken. Where was I going with that? And that's what this Ace of Cups, which has now come up twice for you, is talking about. It's a oh, and you may also be dealing with a Pisces. I see this fish here. There's a few fish on this card actually. It's new love, but it's a new experience at love in this instance with this spread. It's a new chance to get it right is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that because it's come up with the Tower card. Now the Tower card it's massive transformational change, and you cannot hit a tower without sort of becoming a new person afterwards, because what the Tower does is it removes the whole tower and you have to rebuild it again. So if this person that you're dealing with or you have gone through a tower moment, then there's not a chance in hell that you will come back to sort of skip over these same problems, because you just aren't the same people you were before. Next to that card is the Hermit card in reverse. I feel like that's why this tower moment came. This person wasn't going within, they weren't looking at themselves, they weren't doing the work they were supposed to, they were running from themselves. And the universe sort of cut that behavior out, whether they liked it or not. I feel like they were given many chances, didn't listen, and it sort of had to come. It was divinely guided by that point. Also, the Hermit in reverse tells me that maybe they're coming out of the woodworks, which is that suddenly they're not there. Suddenly they are energy I was talking about. We're going to go 2 more from the Modern Spellcrafters, and then we will go into some Oracle. As soon as I started reading for you, Gemini, I got this feeling of like out of breath. I don't know if you notice I'm a little breathy. Also of feeling on the run, feeling exhausted, sort of being responsible for everybody and not having a moment to yourself. And that's come up with the Queen of Swords. Now, this person does come back. I feel like you're not going to... You could also be dealing with a Taurus, by the way, but you're not going to jump into their arms. It's not that situation. This separation, this time, has given you the opportunity to go over everything that's happened and made you realize where you, like, you've become self-aware to the problems you had and you brought to the table, but it's also made you really aware of where they were slacking. So if they're to come back, they know they have to face the music. It's just what it is. Which is why it's a slow moving message to come in, because they know you well enough to know that they can't play these games with you anymore. They may have been able to do it in the past because you let a lot slide, but they're aware now that it's just not going to cut it. This half-assed attitude isn't going to cut it. You're expecting a lot more from them at the moment. We're going to go one more, Spirit saying one more. Okay. Yeah. Yes. You're letting them know if there's going to be any chance of victory, if there's going to be any chance of this moving forward and being a relationship with substance that can sort of go the long path, the long road. If it wants to go the long haul, that's what I was thinking of. Then it's time for secrets to sort of be revealed. No more living in illusion, no more wearing a mask. Like, just be who you are and I will love you anyway, but I can't love this fake mask of you anymore. The Six of Cups has come back up again, which is that past life energy. It's also reminiscing on the past, so they maybe have sort of started to realize very recently just what they had and just what's gone. And they started to realize that in you, they had a chance to reach depths that they didn't have before and grow and do all those things, but fear stopped them from being able to do that, and they're realizing now that they're repeating this same pattern over and over, and they're getting nowhere, and they had the opportunity to grow and reach these new heights with you and become abundant and all the things that they wanted to, but they ran from fear, is what I'm hearing. So they want to come out of this moonlight. They want to be honest, and they're starting to build momentum, which is that Knight of Pentacles. They're building that momentum to step forward and do the right thing. Okay, on that note, we're going to pull some Oracle. I'm going to go this one first, which it's Wisdom Oracle. Wisdom of the Oracle. I'll link it down below. I won't link it, I'm just going to write it. Let's be honest here. Okay. There we go. Happy, happy. Wow. So there's happy, happy, and the yang in reverse. So there's definitely something going on with someone's divine masculine. They're feeling it. They're going through it. That Tower seems very prevalent now, especially since it's come up in reverse. And next to that is happy, happy, with a little keyhole here. And I think that's what these cards are saying, is that this divine masculine found their happiness in you. But now you've locked that away. They can't just walk in. It's not just, entry isn't just a given anymore. They need to find that key that's sitting outside that Five of Pentacles card. And they're aware now what that key is. They just have to grow the balls to be able to pick it up and open the door. Because once they do, they know their life's going to change forever for the better. But they know that they can no longer get away with the crap they've been doing previously. I feel like they also realize they're going to have to make some pretty big life changes, which I don't think up until this point they've been ready to do. I'm getting a real sense of emotional immaturity, like a stunted growth almost emotionally. Okay. So we have reflection, which tells me that you are mirroring this person, or this person's mirroring you, which I'm getting from that energy back and forth that I was talking about earlier. Now that card says, reach out to all required today, for they are your mirrors, then things can flow quickly. I think that's speaking to this person that we're thinking of. I thought I had 3 cards, but no, I have 2. The next card is connections from other worlds, as our lives here live on the memories of the living. Connections from other worlds, as our lives here live on. I missed out on a word, which changed the whole context of the message. Let's read that again. Connections from other worlds, as our lives here live on in the memories of the living. Okay, so this situation maybe being guided by somebody who has a relative that they were very close to on the other side. This sudden change and need to step forward into truth and change who they are. I feel like it's guided from someone who is on the other side and is guiding them. Yeah, we're going to go one more because there we go. Oh, wow. Then we have the Twin Rays card. A twin ray, twin flame, or soulmate is around you as you are ready for this next intimate emergence. So you may be feeling energetically your twin. You may be if you know who they are already, like I said, you may be feeling them think of you. There is definitely some communication going on in 5D, in the dream space. So you may be, even if you don't remember, you may be dreaming of this person. Interesting, very interesting. I sort of felt that twin flame energy as I started doing the reading, but I thought I'd let it flow in. I didn't want to inject it in there. I wanted to see what would happen. We're going to go one Moonology card. Can we? Oh, and they gave us 2. So we have 3. They gave us 3. Okay. So we have, your dreams need a practical plan. Be bold and make the first move. And confidence is your key to success. So if you are going to make the first move, being confident is a must. But you want it to be real confidence. You don't want to be going in there shaking like a leaf and pretending you're confident. And the only way to do that is to work through all the issues that you were going through in that relationship. So don't go in there accusatory or, if only you did. You have to put it to rest and you have to forgive if you're going to make that contact. And that's what it's talking about by your dreams need a practical plan. It's asking you to think this through. It's hard though when you miss someone and you just want to contact them, but they're saying make sure you do this from a logical mind. Now, on that note, Gemini, I will see you all again next week. If this resonated, or even if you just made it all the way here, let's celebrate. Hit that like button. Please subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when I put out more videos. I put them out weekly. And I will be doing live reads once I get to 2,000. So, bye, Gemini.